Hey guys, and welcome to the finale of Disc 1 for Final Fantasy VII. Okay, that was a mouthful. I'm not doing that anymore. Well, I say that now and I'll forget by the time we get to the end of Disc 2. Anyway, since last time I managed to go back and I got the majority of the enemy skills for Cloud's enemy skill material. I ended up giving him the third one. The other ones, the biggest issue with, the only spells that I wasn't able to learn would be, let's see here, learn pretty much everything. Easiest way to tell the difference, do it like that. So I'm missing 3 stars at this point. Laser, Aqualung, and Trine. And Aqualung we can learn in the next area. Actually, it's against the next boss. And what else? Trine we cannot learn right now. The only way you could learn it at this point is if you hadn't fought Godo in the Wutai side quest. And Laser is only learnable at this point in the game from those enemies in the Coral Desert, in the Coral Prison, and we can't get back in there. If we take the buggy into the desert, we can actually enter the prison area, but we can't get to the prison area that had the that junkyard sequence, the junkyard scene. That scene is no longer accessible. You just basically go into the endless desert that I got lost in last time I was there, and I'm not doing that again. Anyway, there is one more area we can go to here, and that's up in the center of the screen there, but there's no point in going there until we trigger the sequence over here. So let's do that. And like I said before, in order to do that, we need to head over here and get some rest. Doesn't seem very, intuitive that this is how you would trigger the next event, but, oh well, it's not that hard to figure. What do you feel, Cloud? Tired? It's the middle of the night, you should be tired. Well, we haven't seen her yet. We haven't seen him yet either. What are we in for there, Vincent? Sid's funny whenever he's surprised or shocked at something. He just like flips out in a really over-the-top anime style. You feel it in your soul, huh? How do you feel something in your soul? Soul is a non-corporeal concept that identifies who you are. You can't really feel anything in there. Anyway, this triggers our ability to go and look for Eris. Well, we've always been looking for her, but this triggers our ability to actually find her. Huh. I'm wondering how long this video is going to take. And there we go. At least they direct you where you're supposed to go. If you weren't aware, yeah, we can head into this area. And throughout this whole sequence in the Forgotten City here, you can go back to Fort Condor 2 or 3 times if I'm not mistaken, and I believe one of them is right now, and go do a battle. Most of the prizes at this point are either 3 Turbo Ethers or 5 X Potions, neither of which I have any need of right now. And by the time I do need them, I'll have a much easier way of getting them. Anyway, this is some really cool imagery. I really like this sequence, this picture here. The art is just outstanding. Weird shell, the lake, sunbeams, even though it's night. Anyway, if we came here earlier, those blue stairs would not have been there. This would have the comet materia, which is actually quite useful, oddly enough. I'll equip that later. And of course, this kind of makes me think of, the Led Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven, of course. Of course, the next part of the sequence, if for anyone who's actually played the game, knows that it makes you think of a completely different song. And here we have the final save point on Disc 1. So I'm going to equip that comet materia and save, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and for whatever reason, you don't have access to the PHS system in this area, and I don't know why that is. And I thought about it, and there's I wanted to bring Yuffie in for this sequence, just because her reaction to what unfolds here is pretty interesting. And of course, this being the finale, it'll be, of course, grandiose and interesting and unforgettable and all that other good stuff. But yeah, so I just threw her in there, gave her the combat materia. I did manage to master an all materia already, which is quite quick. I didn't expect to do it quite so fast, but that's good. I'll have money when I need it, which will be halfway through Disc 2. Anyway, All Creation, the item that we got from beating Godo in the Wutai side quest. That is Yuffie's level 4 limit break. However, it's not particularly good. I'm going to set hers and leave it on level 3 because, oops, no. Doom of the Living is just so much more powerful than anything else she has. All Creation, basically, by the time she gets enough damage, will just deal maxed amount of damage to all enemies, which you can do with pretty much anything by the time you max your damage, so not really a lot of point to it. But I might as well go over all her limits. Of course, that's just a normal attack. It's reasonably powerful. Like I was saying a long time ago, she is the only character other than Eris, as far as I remember, that has a healing limit break, which can be quite useful. Landscaper hits everyone. We've seen that one before. Bloodfest is another one of those multi-attack skills, and it is reasonably good, but it doesn't deal nearly as many hits as Doom of the Living. So I'm gonna, like I said, stick with level 3. We've watched Gauntlet a few times. It's like a more powerful version of Landscaper. And Doom of the Living, like I said, was really, really good. It just attacks over and over and over again. Beats the crap out of enemies. So, want to keep that one going. I don't want her for limits for this area, but you'll see why I want her in my party. Anyway, let us go down here. And what do we got here? Really annoying platforming. Oh, and there's Eris. What's up, Eris? Eris, why aren't you talking to me? She's ignoring me. Anyway, this is kind of hard to figure. In order to get up to that one, you think you'd go up and to the right, but you actually have to go up and to the left, and then this one is straight up. And then that one is to the left. Sometimes it's real kind of tricky to get that platforming to work properly. At least it's not as bad as Ultima 8. Anyway. Now. Uh-oh. That music again. What's going to happen now? Let's run away. I don't want to talk to you, Eris. No? Hello. Can I do anything? Eris? What's going on here? Cloud, why do you have your sword out? There's no one to fight. Okay, let's run away. I'm scared. What's going on here? Cloud? I can control him a little bit here. You know, you lean him forward, backward, left to right. X button does that. Triangle does that. But in order to add to the sequence, the only thing we can actually do is press the circle button, which is not helping. Do not do that, Cloud. You're not helping. Stop it. Stop it. Cloud, don't do that. Dumb shit. What are you doing, Cloud? Oh, FMV. Nice green eyes you got there, Eris. Cloud's got blue eyes, of course. Had to be blonde and blue-eyed. Again, it's at night, and there are sun rays coming in from the ceiling, and holy crap, that's a big sword. Eris, move. Move. Eris, move. Son of a bitch. What did he just do? I love how the music starts with the bead there hitting the ground. Really well directed. It's been a while since they killed off a character in such an epic way. Then again, the last time they did that in a real epic way was Final Fantasy V, and I won't tell you who in case you haven't played that game. They didn't really do any epic kill-offs in Final Fantasy VI, though depending on your actions you can kill off a character. Go north. Oh, I love the snow areas. They're so much fun. So serene and peaceful. Kinda like Eris. Oops, too soon. Cloud, one of the most unemotional characters in this entire game, is now experiencing the flood of emotions he's never thought that he could have before. It seems to be kind of odd that he's the one that's most expressive in this situation. And because, of course, I went after dating Yuffie, this sequence holds a little less merit because, you know, normally, like I said, during the date sequence, the game really does intend you on dating Eris, and of course, you know, Cloud does end up settling on Eris' storyline anyway. Cloud, those are tears, you're crying. Of course he's got feelings, he just doesn't know how to express them. Who do you think I am? Stop laughing at me. I'm gonna cut you down with my sword. Cloud, you are... What am I? What'd you drop? Yes, another sequence with a Genova creature. Sephiroth dropped another one. I always like this sequence. It's a lot of fun. Well, it's really emotional, so I guess it's not really a lot of fun, but... Anyway, this boss can use Aqualung, so I want to eventually have her use that. Did I write down? I did not. She absorbs water. As far as I remember. Thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. Normally I'd fast forward through the animation when we've already seen a summon, but then we'd miss out on the epic music. As I was saying way back in Midgar, the theme that played whenever we saw Eris was called Flowers Blooming in the Church. This is Eris' theme. And as soon as you cast spells, she goes into hissy fit mode and casts Reflect, preventing us from doing that. Which is not a big problem considering we can wail on her and deplete her 10,000 life very quickly if we really wanted to. I'm just going to wait and hopefully she'll cast Aqualung before too long. Throw Reagan up. Oh, jeez. Figures. Looks like I'll have to re-record that fight. I'll just do it off screen so that I make sure I learn Aqualung. Just so you know, she does use it. It just, when you're as overpowered as I am, not a lot of challenge in fighting her. I'm a puppet? If you remember the lines that Sephiroth started speaking before he dropped the piece of Genova on us. He said Cloud was, and she's finishing it because he's a puppet. The reason why I wanted to bring Yuffie along for this is even though probably emotionally she has the least amount invested in Eris or the group in general, she actually has the longest sequence to mourn Eris' loss. which is kind of surprising. If I remember right, Red 13 has the shortest. He looks at her, walks away, howls, and leaves. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring Yuffie, just because it kind of brings out more of her character, that she is pretty much a child. She's supposed to be 15 or 16. Sid offers her a little prayer, so it seems. Nice thing to do. Everyone gets to pick apart this scene, and I'll add the obvious question here. Cloud is standing in the water. Where is he standing in the water? There has to be ground there, correct? In order for him to be standing there? Where's the ground? Yeah, it's a little bit of an issue in the continuity, but oh well. I like how her hair is flayed out, almost like an angel's. It really seems pretty cool, like she's got wings or something. And that's the epic finale to Disc 1. Yeah, we know that already, Cloud. Well, good luck with that. You failed so far. Oh yeah, he's been called a puppet. Now he's starting to wonder, eh? Well, yeah, we addressed that in Gongega, didn't we? Everyone has a part of them they don't understand. Yeah, that one's really confusing. He might have split personalities, or dissociative identity disorder for those who've studied psychology. A person who isn't you, huh? Again? Didn't we just go through this sequence? You're quitting already. Oh, so you're not quitting. Renewed determination, strengthened resolve. What kind of a stupid question is that? The rest of these characters are already so invested they don't have a choice. Oh, that's one thing we haven't really addressed yet. What was she doing? Why was she just sitting there praying when Sephiroth was coming down? Why didn't she try and save herself? What was her purpose in coming here that she thought only she could do, and it would save the planet from Sephiroth? So yeah, apparently he's still going to search for the Promised Land so that he has enough spirit energy to use the black materia. But this is the end of Disc 1. I'm going to make a... Actually, I don't want to save because I'm going to want to load my other save file there to... so that I can redo that battle. Stupid Genova. Anyway, that's all for Disc 1. I'll be taking a couple days off and hopefully catch up on Final Fantasy IV since I haven't played that in a little while. So I can keep popping those out every once in a while, every few days or so. And yeah, I will see you guys again with Disc 2 of Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Alright, I'll see you guys on Disc 2.